insulation from our experts. We are back with another episode on the Learning Hub with Insulation Hub here in Union City. Ultimately, we're going to compare a couple things and throw out some different questions and ideas that I know I've had, okay? So here's what we're looking at. We have closed cell foam, which is an R7.6 per inch. Open cell foam, we talked about in another video. It is 3.4 to 3.8 per inch. Squishy, has its place. We're looking at blown in fiberglass, typically used in an attic. I only typically use it if a general contractor or a customer wants it specifically, or if I'm going to quote an existing home and they have fiberglass bat in the attic or another type of blown fiberglass in the attic. This is not one that is bad. I just prefer the coverage, the R value, and everything of cellulose. Cellulose, from what I've seen, and I would love to pull up the study, but from the studies and information that I've seen, it is very helpful. It does settle. It has its drawbacks. It is a little bit cheaper than fiberglass, but cellulose, you don't see air pockets. There may be one or two little ones. Fiberglass, as you see it blowing in, they're basically holes and voids. And when you heat from the bottom up, think of an attic, your heat is going to escape through some of those voids and holes. When we go to do a new build, we like to do fiberglass in certain areas where it's not feasible to do closed cell or open cell. Sound deadening between walls, fiberglass or rock wool can be helpful. Doing the exterior walls of a new build, closed cell foam all day long. Make sure you have the correct HVAC system in place. Again, happy to talk to your heating and air person to make sure that's correct. Another one is the old school, which is not bad, it's just not perfect, is batting. This is fiberglass bat built into our cavity. We staple it to the inside, either the face of the studs for the moisture barrier, or we go to the inside of this, depending on what is going to be installed over top of it. Drywall, is there a vapor barrier on the outside of it? What is the plan for the room? Ultimately, they're each decent. The best, of course, is closed cell foam. In walls, I also like the wet blown cellulose. Again, we're looking into potentially having that. It just requires more knowledge, insight, and materials and cutting things. We have nearly all of the supplies to do it. I just don't have the knowledge and comfort level yet, which at some point in time we will potentially be offering that. And honestly, it's going to go in conjunction with closed cell foam. We'll do a vapor barrier with closed cell foam, over top of it with wet blown cellulose. As of right now, we do a lot of closed cell foam with either the correct depth of what we're looking at. And right where we're at, R15 to R19 is what is required in the exterior walls. Also, if you're going to be in a crawl space or a basement, you're looking at closed cell only because of how wet and damp it is. Open cell, again, has a unique place. We can do it over top of closed cell. We can do it for sound deadening. We can do it to the backside of wood, some type of barrier. Ultimately, not directly to metal or not directly to some house wraps, because we can actually get moisture in between that. This is just a really good example of what we've done, what we do. Ultimately, there's pros and cons to almost everything. I'm happy to break them down for you, discuss what your goals are, because how you live in the home, how many people shower, how many people cook in the home, all of it will change the moisture content in the air. Ultimately, that is going to change how you keep your air cool, dry, and comfortable for you, and also how your building or home stays comfortable all the time. Again, nice little comparison. Also shows perfect example of settling. August of 2023 was when this was created. Bat stays in its cavity like it's supposed to most of the time. With time, those do sometimes pull away from it and settle down into the wall. Cellulose blown in an attic does settle. We know that off the bat, so we always blow in more. Fiberglass settles a little bit, but not as much. It just has the drawbacks of air being able to escape through the pockets and holes. Talk to us about what's right for your project. I'm happy to come out and quote, go into your attic, go into your crawl space, look into your walls with the thermal camera and find out what suits your needs.